You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome into Up the Turnpike. What is going on? Matt O'Leary alongside Mitch Anderson. Mitch, round one complete as of late last night. It was the decentralized draft was a long one, Mitch. It felt like we were on forever last night, no?
Absolutely. We thought we'd be on for the top 10 and we stayed on till the top almost 20. It was just debriefing what happened after the Islanders made their three picks.
3 picks, about 3 hours long of live streaming. So let's hop into it. I think for this, we're kind of just going to give our reaction and initial thoughts to round one. A little surprising, didn't exactly go the way that, a lot of the Islanders fans really wanted. Some of it did, but I think in the end, we could be pretty happy with the haul from last night. Starting with Matthew Schaefer, number one overall. We all knew this was coming, but it's nice to finally breathe that sigh of relief that it's over here.
Yeah, we get the best player in the draft right away, without a doubt. So that's always key. It's what do you do after that type of thing? And great scenes of him emoting on stage, obviously because of the tragic loss of his mother and stuff, and the cancer badge that the Islanders put on his sweater. They put his initials in the collar of the jersey. His mother's initials in the collar of his jersey as well. Like, really a special moment for, as you're seeing right here, a special player.
Yeah, really. I wanted to, as we talk about the three guys the Islanders came away with, I'm going to pull up from Top Down Hockey, really good follow on Twitter. Goes through, says Schaefer scored over a point per game in the OHL this year and was dominating the WJC before his injury. His statistical ranking is harmed by his low scoring in his D-1 season, but make no mistake, he is a great get. Has him at a 63% chance to become a star and a 99% chance to become an NHLer. Mitch, I don't think they're getting Nail Yakupov here, and that's really the only recent example of a guy this is going to be harsh, but a complete zero as a number one overall pick. Usually you're going to get something.
Yeah, and the thing with Nail Yakupov was that the skill was there, but it was not there, between the 2 years type of thing. And not to say he was an idiot, it was just to say that he wasn't committed to becoming a star type of thing. He thought he was just already there and just didn't work on improving himself both emotionally and physically to get to where he needed to be, and just couldn't get over the hump. Because you remember, he had a really good first season in the league. It wasn't mind-blowing, but really good. And just could never follow that up because couldn't train, couldn't do anything else, or didn't do all those things. That doesn't seem to be a problem with Matthew Schaefer. Kid's got his head screwed on right. And so he's going to work on all those things to get himself better. And he's already got that skill, right? So it's just, we're going to be fine with this kid. It's going to be a good get, exactly like it said there.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see him next week, right? These guys are making the trip over to the island to get a little bit of rookie camp action going on. So we'll see how that goes, but definitely excited there. Now, with the two additional first round picks that they had after the Noah Dobson trade, I think pretty much everyone was going, all right, when are they going to trade up for James Higgins? They didn't. Matthew Darche talked after the draft. He said they tried to, but they weren't able to get anything done. First, your initial thought on not being able to trade up, and then we can get into their next pick, which ended up being Victor Eklund.
Yeah, obviously disappointed. Yeah, everyone who was watching us for those 3 hours saw it in our face right away right up until the end. Even like we were disappointed the entire way because we had our hearts set on Shagans, and the fact that we didn't get it kind of led to some muted, I'm going to call it, reactions to the two guys that we took, and that's not fair to them. But the setup for us was we're getting Shagans. How do we not get Shagans? Well, no one really moved, right? We kept hearing leading up to the draft that a bunch of picks are in play, a bunch of teams want to move back. One team moved back, that was Pittsburgh. Lulls to them. But they spent picks number 22 and 31, I think it was, to move up to number 12. Or sorry, that was Philadelphia who used those two picks to move up to number 12. Like moving up 10 spots costs you 2 picks, and even then 10 spots to move into number 12. We wanted to move up within the top 10 and 10 spots from there. Like, I don't think we could have made it work, clearly, which
No,
sucks.
I was gonna say clearly they tried, but they weren't able to.
Yeah.
There were unconfirmed rumblings online that like Cal Ritchie's name was coming up when they even today when they're trying to move up, which like I didn't want to trade Cal Ritchie and the 2 picks to get up and take, James Higgins. Again, it would have been a great story. Happy for him. I'll be rooting for him in Boston, obviously. Hope he does well there. But with Victor Eklund, Mitch, I think this is a guy who a lot of people ranked a lot higher. Top Down Hockey had him 10th. Eklund was Anton Frundel's running mate.
Yep.
And performed at a similar level. If Victor turns out anything like his brother William, this is excellent value for the Islanders here. I agree. I do think it's good value. I don't know if he turns into a star. He has him at 28% chance. He does have him at a 79% chance of becoming an NHLer. I really like this kid. I think he has a good shot. And, he's going to stay in Sweden, which is totally fine, but I don't know how long he's going to be there. I don't think this is like we look up 3 years from now and he's still over there in Sweden. I think he can make his way over to North America sooner.
I mean, maybe they pull a whole Simon Holmstrom on him and move him right away to North America. But yeah, if he's anything like his brother, like Patrick is saying, their brother has 58 points last year in 77 games for San Jose in his second year in the league. That would be dope for sure. The kid, like you said, hell of a shot, can really release the puck. Is flight of foot, pretty fast kid as well. So it gives you the speed that Matthew Schaefer wants as well. Great pickup for sure. Absolutely great pickup to see. Want to watch more, obviously, because I haven't been caught up on all these guys as much as like just seeing the headlines type of thing. So I can't wait to watch him actually play for either if he comes to North America, which I don't know if he will, but the option is there, or if he just stays with Djurgården in Sweden, which seems like the fair play.
I think that's probably what he's going to do. Now, his brother wanted to look up William Eklund. He did go back to Sweden his draft year, but after that season was over, he played 9 games with San Jose that his draft year. And then went to the AHL the following year, had a nice season, 41 points in 54 games, played another 8 games in the NHL before becoming a regular the last 2 years. So obviously everyone's different, but that's more along the trajectory that I'm thinking for Victor Eklund.
Yeah, I think so too. Whether he breaks out of the what seems to be ceiling of middle 6 winger, which might sound low, and that's totally fair, but we're talking about an 18-year-old kid. We don't quite know. So it seems 18-year-old kid, what he's done, middle 6 wingers where we're looking at, but that could explode to even more. There's plenty of time for him to mature even more than what he's seen now.
100%. Any other thoughts on Eklund before we get into the final pick of the night?
No, because the final pick excites me the most.
Okay.
After Schaefer, obviously, but like Aitcheson, holy shit, let's go.
Yeah. So, well, let me pull up from Top Down Hockey. Kashawn Aitcheson, 17th overall. He was ranked 15th. Aitcheson was NHL Central Scouting's top North American skater remaining, and my top defenseman remaining between Eklund and Aitcheson. The Dobson trade isn't looking too bad for the Islanders anymore. Mitch, when I watched him last night, he is a hit machine. Yep. You don't have to worry about, is he going to be a soft defenseman like the guy the Islanders traded? And that's not like, no, I'm not saying Noah Dobson sucks. He's a good player, which is why he yielded a 2 first-round pick return for the Islanders. But you will never have any doubt about the physical element to Aitcheson's game here.
No, the kid likes to hit. Oh, he looks for the open ice, which could be a problem, right? Like the thing about his game is that he's playing a high event hockey game, which is great. You want to see your guys do something out there, and he does it. But how many times does he pull himself out of position looking for a hit that he either does get or doesn't get, or pinching offensively? Whatever. I'm willing to deal with that, with how this kid is a Mack truck. He is hitting people open ice along the boards, no qualms whatsoever. You get your head down, look the hell out, because he's going to go right through you. And then he does the other thing where he scores 26 goddamn goals on the year. He's got 26 goals from the blue line. So we're talking about a defensive defense. I'm going to add defensive, but like, he plays a defensive game, hits like a Mack truck, but scores almost as many goals as forwards do. This is the full package. What are we talking about here?
Right. So he's really, I feel like, unique in that way, because it's usually one or the other, right? Like, you think hit machine, and usually that's associated with the stay-at-home big boy defenseman who maybe is a little bit on the slower side and doesn't give you much offense. Or you think guy scores 1 million goals, maybe undersized, it doesn't throw his body around, but just puts the puck on net, is fast. And here you have the goal scoring, which is good. And you clearly have the physicality. And, he's a big kid. He's going to use his size to his advantage. And I'm sure he's going to grow over the next couple of years before, eventually getting to the NHL.
Absolutely. And went off this year in terms of production. Like last year, he had only 8 goals and 39 points in 64 games, which is still pretty good for his draft -1 year for defenseman, remember. And then goes off this year, shaves off a lot of penalties. He had 126 penalty minutes 2 years ago, only 88 last year. Defensemen do take a lot of penalties because they're usually, clutching and grabbing or hitting in the corners. You get tripping calls and whatnot, because they're trying to make defensive plays with their sticks. But you have the fact that he hits like crazy, 166 shots on goal, 6 game-winning goals, 26 actual goals, and 0.92 points per game. How could you not be excited about this kid, man?
Yeah. And just excited for this new era in general. The Islanders tweeted this out late last night, the picture of the 3 first-rounders. Schaefer in the middle, obviously, is the big prize, but 2 more intriguing additions, if you ask me.
Absolutely, 100%. I get it. The Noah Dobson trade feels underwhelming, and I totally understand. I even feel the same way. It feels underwhelming because these kids aren't going to be here today. We lose Noah Dobson today. These kids, specifically Kashawn Aitcheson and William, and oh my God, I was going to say William Eklund. And Eklund, I forgot his first name. Victor, thank you. They're not going to be here for, at the earliest, 2 years. So we lose that immediacy. But in 2 to 3 years, these guys could be something. I'm not going to say specialists if they're like game changers, but maybe. At the very least, they're going to be good players for this team. And so you get 3 good players coming in around the same time. That's going to be pretty dope.
I think Schaefer will be special.
Oh,
the other two, I don't want to go that far because that's lofty expectations for middle of the first round. I do think that they will be NHLers and plus players.
Yeah. And then we can't forget Callum Ritchie, Cole Eiserman on top of these guys.
And 2 more next year.
Right. We got 5 fresh bodies with high potential coming into the team already within the next now to 3 years. And then, as you said, another 2 guys as well.
So it was a busy night last night. Round 2 is going to start at about 12 o'clock. The Islanders do have a pick relatively early, right? 42, I believe, is their next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye out. We're not going to be live today for the remainder of the draft, but maybe a recap tomorrow at some point, and then obviously a podcast on the Patreon on Sunday, recapping everything. So make sure to stay tuned for more coverage, right, Mitch?
Absolutely. Hit that like and subscribe button, please.
That'll do it. I'm Matt. He's Mitch, and we'll catch you next time.